We are back. That's right. We are back to Football 101. That's right. Football 101. And I am your host, The Beetle. And we are back for show number 11. Show number 11. Oh my gosh. This is entitled, show number 11 is about the biggest story at the end of preseason. The Andrew Luck retirement. What went wrong? Wow! Did this shake up the NFL world? Wow! I'm just shell shocked. I'm just shaken. And the NFL world has just turned upside down. You heard about it, and I'm just going to get to it in just a second. I just want to thank everyone for assisting us with our shows, how much fun it has been each and every a week, putting our show together and recognizing that we do have an audience. And again, if you want to email me at ejb8892@gmail.com. That's right, ejb8892@gmail.com. This is, we just really are having, just taking off and bringing back Football 101, the excitement of football. But we go beyond just about the sport. We go about how you connect, how it affects each and every one of us. Football is I just have to say, a great sport. I love football. I played football. I love it. Even today, at the age of 61, I love football. But quite honestly, football, like I said from the very beginning, it's a tough, vicious, violent sport. There's no getting around it. So, okay, I'm going to get into that, but if you want to email me again, ejb8892@gmail.com. I want to thank all our platforms, Podbean, Apple Podcasts. We're trying to get on iHeartRadio. We're trying to get there. We're not there yet. I want to thank YouTube and our other listening audiences. We've had great shows about the NFL, about NCAA football. I've even broke down the different leagues, different conferences in the NFL, the different conferences, but also the different conferences in the college football, breaking down the SEC, breaking down the Big Ten, breaking down the AAC, bringing about the ACC, and breaking down the MAC. So, but here, this is show number 11, and we're going to slow down. It's not any predictions. This is, again, I've been asked to comment about this from my colleagues, my friends, who know I'm very serious about football, how much I love football. And here's my comment. I want to thank my listening audience, and a special shout out to Rick Ward for asking me this question. A very good friend from Indiana, and obviously this retirement of Andrew Luck, the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, superstar out of Stanford, a kid whose father already played in the NFL. And here's Andrew Luck at the age of 29 decided to hang it up, to quit. And it completely shocked everyone. And this happened, I believe, on August 24th, late August 20th, on that Saturday, when the Colts were finishing up their game. And at the end of the game, he held a press conference, and said he was retiring, and he actually was telling his teammates on the field at the end of the game that he was retiring and thanking them, and it just shocked everyone. And let me just read. Again, I don't immediately comment on and make a show until I get enough information from various resources, primarily from the individual that's going through it, Andrew Luck. He's a highly, highly intelligent young man, age 29. And I do mean highly intelligent. He is a gentleman who he could have gone in any particular occupation, any professional occupation. He decided to play professional football because he loves football. It's in his fiber. It's in his family. That's what he knows. That's what the tradition he wants to continue. And let me just say this, coming out of Stanford, he's a stud. He's a big guy playing quarterback. He's physical. He was physical in college at Stanford. And yes, guess who else went to Stanford back in the day who was a phenomenal quarterback? My boy John Elway. And many times Andrew Luck was compared to John Elway. And if you recall, you recall John Elway was a phenomenal athlete. And I was a big supporter of John Elway way back in the day when he was a young kid at Stanford and took on the Ohio State Buckeyes and actually beat the Ohio State Buckeyes in Ohio, in Columbus. And that way back then, that shocked me. But anyway, and John Elway ended his career with the Denver Broncos, but he was at the end of his career. He could barely move, basically. He was beaten down. But again, he was a big guy. He handled much of the punishment, but he didn't have to. Go to 2019 now. Andrew Luck could have had the same phenomenal career as John Elway. Yet at the age of 29, Andrew Luck said enough is enough. He's not going to repeat. And that's the reason why I brought up John. He's not going to repeat what normally happens in previous generations and what normally happens today, that you continue with your football career no matter what. You take the punishment, you take the injuries again and again and again, and then you retire. Well, Andrew Luck said enough is enough. And like I said in the show, what went wrong? Guess what went wrong? I'm going to say this because I say this. Oh my gosh. It's tough for me to even acknowledge this, but what went wrong? NFL football went wrong. I said it. NFL football went wrong. The reason why I say the sport did not treat Andrew Luck right is because the NFL is about a culture of sacrifice. Each and every player who makes a team at the professional level of the National Football League, and we all know this, executives, general managers, coaches, owners expect that player will give their heart and soul and their body to that team while they are a part of a particular NFL team. Their heart, soul, their everything. That's what they expect out of players in the past and players present and in the future. That's what they expect. That's the culture of the NFL. Sad but true. There's thousands, and I do mean thousands, of men who've given their soul, their spirit, their lives to playing in the NFL. And the NFL, I'm saying this, the NFL is about making money and really, really want everyone to buy into this culture, this pattern, this tradition. Well, guess what? Andrew Luck said, enough is enough. A superstar stands up and says, enough is enough. There's, again, like I said, there's thousands of other NFL players who couldn't go anymore and had to quit. But they didn't get the notoriety. But Andrew Luck obviously did. So here's what Andrew Luck said immediately after during his press conference and leading up to his retirement. But here's what he's been saying for quite some time now. It didn't happen overnight. Here's what he said. Quote, I've been in this cycle which feels like, it's been 4 years of this injury, pain, rehab cycle. And for me to move forward in my life the way I want to, it doesn't involve football. Furthermore, he says, I can't live the life that I want to live moving forward with this year. Continue. Quote, part of my journey going forward will be getting out of pain and figuring out what's going on and how to feel better. Oh my gosh. How to feel better and live without constant pain. And here are some of the physical toll that Andrew Luck went through during his 6 NFL seasons. Here's just a little list. A torn cartilage in 2 ribs, partially torn abdomen, a lacerated kidney that left him peeing blood, at least 1 concussion, a torn labrum in his throwing shoulder, and this mysterious calf ankle issue that led to this retirement. Wow. And let me just say, in the preseason, the Colts were saying, well, Andrew is just relaxing, we just need more time for his calf injury, and he will. And the Colts management said Andrew Luck will start week 1. But Andrew Luck said in his mind, I'm not starting in week 1. He waited and waited and waited. And let me just put this other issue out. The management, I'm just sure the management of the Colts, and by the way, I used to live in Indianapolis, loved it. We lived there for on and off for 8 years. Loved Indianapolis. I actually attended, excuse me, the Colts game from 1990 to 1998. We loved the Indianapolis Colts. Back when even Marshall Faulk was playing. Back in the day, Marshall Faulk. Yeah, my boy Marshall Faulk and the boys. And all the guys playing back in the day. But I know Indy very well. Okay, so, but Andrew Luck said, I want to move forward. I want to feel better. But he made this announcement, and the Colts organization said he's going to be ready for week number 1. Why did they say that? Because they want ticket sales. They want ticket sales. Tell me about it. They want ticket sales. They need ticket sales. They want ticket sales. Hopefully I didn't mess things up in my production here. I think I may have delayed a little bit in the recording. Recording actually was stopped a little bit. I'm 14 minutes. Yeah, it probably stopped a little bit. Sorry about that, listening audience. I was moving my papers around. There might have been a delay a little bit. I see my recording still going on, and hopefully it's continuing. It was a little delay here. So let me just move on. There's things happening in the studio, but I want to continue with, this is a very important show because I just think the message is that we have to realize Andrew Luck represents the newer, the younger athletes, the younger NFL players that they get to this point. They want to live a healthy life outside of football, and if they retire early, so be it. And matter of fact, Andrew Luck is married and has a child on the way. And one of the articles said he has money. He doesn't want to be a former player who can't pick up a child. He should be able to enjoy his life. So again, he's a young guy with a young family, and he wants to live a healthy life. And I just say, the Beatles says, more power to you, Andrew Luck. You have to take care of yourself. The NFL is strictly a business. And the NFL is going to protect itself. So NFL players got to protect themselves. It's that simple. All the shows, all the ranting, and all the discussion from one show to another. Come on. Oh my gosh, I've seen too many talk shows talking about Andrew Luck did this, Andrew Luck did that. Come on, all these talk shows on ESPN, Fox, and all this. I'm not going to name names, but we know as a player, and that's the reason why I speak as a former player. Yes, I played college football, high school football, grade school football, nothing like the NFL, obviously. But I know about the physicality of football. I know about the pain of football. And I'm a little guy. I'm the littlest guy on the field all the time. And I know about pain. I know about injuries. But to the degree of Andrew Luck and the NFL players, no, I don't know that level of pain, fortunately. But I have seen it. And more power to Andrew Luck for stepping aside and protecting himself. That's what you have to do. Because we can always say, particularly at the college level, yeah, keep on going, sacrifice yourself. But at the NFL level, and I'm talking about the NFL level, this is some real serious football, physical, violent. And I like the word that what you call him said. I gotta get his. I just love the way he expressed himself a few years ago, because he brought attention to the significance of how the NFL actually is, and I want to make sure I get the right person because he's such a phenomenal superstar, and I think that his status as a superstar kind of gets overlooked, and I'm trying to look him up right now. Please bear with me. I'm trying to look up. I got his Watt. He said it a couple of years ago, and I just love his quote where he just came out and really blasted himself. He blasted the NFL a little bit because he just said, well, this sport of ours is violent. Yes, he said it. And for some reason I can't. I'm almost there. I'm 20 minutes in. Okay, but I'm sorry I went off on a little tangent there, but I think it was necessary because oh, there's Andrew. Here it is. Oh my gosh, I just overlooked him. I apologize. J.J. Watt of the Houston Texans. Great quote a couple of years ago. He just said, "This sport is violent. It's violent." J.J. Watt, superstar defensive end for the Houston Texans. He said, let's not beat around the bush. This sport is violent. That's what gets missed in all of this marketing and promotion and excitement of the NFL. That is, hopefully the recording is still going. That is that this NFL is a violent sport. You can get seriously hurt at a moment's notice, in a blink of a second. People lose their careers. People have serious injuries. And Andrew Luck is saying, I don't want to be a debilitating, not just player and not perform at his level, but also to be able to be a functioning person, husband, father, person in life. He's only 29. He did the most. And dare I say, the Colts did not protect him in his early years. And he said, enough is enough. Even though the Colts have a great offensive line now, those first 6 years, he was taking punishment again and again and again. And as a young guy, you think you need to take that punishment. Well, guess what? You can't do that when you get a little bit more experience as a quarterback. Getting hit by these violent defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers, defensive backs. So I applaud Andrew Luck for taking a stand, moving forward. And believe me, there's going to be more superstars who will finish their career. And matter of fact, even the Gronkowski in Patriots, he already retired, but he's already gone through a lot of injuries, and he stepped away. And he said just a day ago that he may come back, but right now his mind and his body is not ready to play NFL level football. I don't blame him. And Andrew Luck, I applaud you. I salute you, Andrew Luck, for stepping away. And I know it's never a good time. And initially I just said, well, could have been earlier, his announcement, but he was probably influenced by the Colts organizations to wait a little bit longer so they can get their revenue for season tickets. But I'm glad that he's stepping away. Period. Let the man live his life. He's a smart gentleman. He deserves it. He's put his time in for all the years of playing football, not just NFL, college, but also high school, grade school, middle school, and all of that. Living that legacy of his father. So let him move on and finish his career and become, and he will be. They're going to give him a special. They're going to give him a special award to retire as a NFL Hall of Fame person. They're going to have a special category for Andrew Luck after everything's said and done. He's going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. I guarantee you that. So, again, that's my take. That's the Beatles' take. I honor you, Andrew Luck. I salute you. I know, I can't imagine what pain that you have gone through. And you have to look after yourself. Period. When you play the game, you know it's violent. It is violent. And it's a serious sport. I love the sport. I will continue to watch it, support it at all levels. grade school, middle school, high school, college, and the NFL level. Just the NFL. Okay, professional. I don't watch the other professional leagues or what they are, but the NFL, yes, I watch them. So hopefully, I'm still moving forward. I'm almost there. I'm done. 25 minutes in. Thank you. This is Football 101. This is the Beetle. Please do not hesitate to email me at ejb8892@gmail.com. And I want your opinion, your take on the retirement of Andrew Luck. Send me an email. Do you agree with me? You don't have to agree. Hopefully, you don't have to agree with me. That's my opinion. If you don't agree with me, send me an email. Send me a note. I want to thank each and all of my listeners. I want to thank everyone who's been downloading our Football 101. We're just taking off. We return of it. We want to have fun the entire season, but I had to do this show, the Andrew Luck retirement. What went wrong? So you heard it from the Beetle. Thank you for listening. Spread the word. We just getting started, baby. See ya. And this is Football 101.